Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss Star, the new truffle dog at Maker's Mark Distillery. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kathy Poole, Darren McRoy, and Della.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hey.
Hey, we're going to be talking about Star, the truffle dog. We'll talk about what a truffle dog is and why they have a truffle dog, all that kind of stuff after the break. For right now, Darren said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, Darren?
So, Crown Royal released a 23-year-old Crown Apple. So it's their apple flavor, but it's 23-year-old whiskey.
Yeah.
And I am wondering if we think this is a good idea because like sometimes when you put whiskey in a barrel, it goes bad, right?
Right.
And so
then you got to flavor it.
That bad whiskey?
Well, yeah, and I would assume that's what happened. I mean, if it was really good whiskey, they would be like just put it out under the Crown label and have some really good 23-year-old Crown, which I would think would sell for a premium. But when it's not good, you're gonna add some flavorings to it to overcompensate for the bad taste in there. That's what I think. I don't have any insight there, but I'm guessing that's what's going on. What do you guys think?
I think that someone found a barrel that went missing for 23 years, tasted it, and was like, "Oh shit, let's make this a special thing. Make an apple and put it in some boxes and sell it."
We do know,
premium.
Kathy, you bring up a good point because we do know from back when McNew's husband was into collecting these things. People collect them, and they probably don't even open them because they're collecting them. That's the way you get some bad whiskey. They're not even going to open it because they want to buy it to hold on to it and to trade it and all that stuff. Yeah.
And I feel like Crown knows that people do this, and they don't give a shit if it's good or not. It's like, people are
right.
buy it. These dumbasses are going to buy it and sit it on a shelf for a bazillion years. They don't care. And they're going to trade it among each other. It's probably terrible whiskey, and I feel like putting a flavoring in it just makes it worse. It's probably very good.
Yeah. Well, Della, what do you think about this whole thing?
About 2 years ago, I was at someone's house and they were like, "Oh yeah, you love whiskey. We know you. We heard you like bourbon. We've got some bourbon here." And they bust out the Crown Apple, and I was like, I don't know. And I tried it, and I got a headache. It was so. It was like somebody had like melted the Jolly Rancher apple.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. It was awful. And I'm not like a bourbon snob or whatever. Like I can't have flavored because there are some that I do like honey flavored whiskey. And I do like sometimes on rare occasions, a peanut butter flavored whiskey.
Oh gosh.
But
we're gonna allow you to say that because you're our beer expert. We never claimed to be our bourbon expert, so it's fair. You dabble in this and you do.
But I do not like apple, peach, cherry, any of those kinds of flavored. No.
So I also feel like it might be fine in a cocktail, but why do we have to say it's 23 years old so you can charge us more? No, it's fine at 2 years old. Like, give it to me cheap because I'm gonna throw it in a cocktail if I do it all.
Yeah.
So you're not in that $250?
That's what they're charging for that stuff?
Holy hell.
Yep.
No.
I mean, what now?
$250 they want for that, Della.
No, immediately no.
No.
I wonder if Uprocks is going to pick up on this. And
Uprocks is all over this. They have a reporter heading to Canada right now to get to the bottom of this. So yeah, it'll be on their next list.
See, what I don't understand is why they did apple, because the peach was like when the Crown Apple Peach came onto the market, or Crown Peach came onto the market, it was, you couldn't find it anywhere. It was a whole big.
That's back when McNew's husband was into it. When that peach
was
the peach guy.
We had a ton of the peach for a while.
So embarrassing.
So if you make it the peach, then it's a $500 price tag, and it's all profit. I don't know. I don't understand it.
I don't get all of that nonsense.
There's Facebook groups where they would like buy and sell and trade or do raffles, and they were insane. And him and our neighbors and some of their other friends were so into it. I'm like, it's flavored Canadian whiskey. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Let them have they had fun. They're over it now, thank God. But
there's people that do it. Misty, remember our good friend Danny, his father-in-law. So Misty's father, he wants one of every Crown Royal product that's ever out there, and he's I'm sure he's going to be getting this one. He'll be dropping $250 on it. He's going to have it for his collection.
But he doesn't drink any of it?
Oh no, he doesn't drink it because it's part of his collection. And and that's the funny thing. If you collect bourbon, at the end of the day, you got something that you could drink and enjoy. That Crown Royal, you can't even enjoy it. If you're like, you know what, I'm done collecting it, now it's drinking time, you'll be like, oh God, what have I done? Yeah.
And you could do this cheaper, just suck on a Apple Jolly Rancher and drink some whiskey, and it's the same exact
same thing. Yeah, well, there you go. All right, on that note, it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Kathy Cool this time. Kathy,
of course. Since we're talking about Maker's Mark, I'm going to unscrew a bottle of Maker's Mark.
Okay. Well, there you go. It'll pop there. All right. I'll go next. I've got 5-year Rally Point Rye, and this one is from 2022, if you're keeping track. Bottle is 3/4 gone at least, so here we go. Now, I'm not expecting much. More than the screw top, but not a lot there. I want to hold on to my lead, so I'm going to let Darren go next, because I'm sure that'll allow me to keep the lead. At least one more person. All right, what do you got, Darren?
I got some planters. This is the Maryland Heights police officers pick. I meant to grab my other planters bottles, but I accidentally grabbed this one again. But it will probably be quieter than the screw off somehow. So I'll just keep talking.
There. You even talked over it.
Yeah.
He talked over his own cork pop. Yeah. The odd thing is we can hear him talking, but we heard nothing from the cork.
0.
Yeah, 0.
It made nothing in front of me, Steve. It's just silent type of night.
All right, McNew, you're next. What do you got?
I don't think this will do much because I've been making cocktails with it all day, but I just have Elijah Craig.
Okay. I've got the lead. Della, you're last but not least. What do you got? You can win this thing. It's going to be pretty easy if you can get something together here. What do you got?
Peerless small batch.
Okay. No, not enough. Not enough. Pretty quiet. So I win. I've got on a streak now. Two in a row there. Cheers. All right. We'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Star, the truffle dog at Maker's Mark. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely family distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is Danny Kennard, which is turning into Freddie Mills. Y'all have a good fucking day because this is the Bourbon Daily. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Star, Maker's Mark's new truffle dog.
Yes, we are. I haven't seen a whole lot of information about this out there just yet. Maybe it is. Kathy said she did some research. I'm going to weigh in on a couple facts here, and we'll see if she's got anything to supplement that. So Star is a male puppy. He is a puppy. Not sure the breed, and maybe Kathy will know that. In the article I read, it didn't say. In looking at him, he looked like a medium-sized, curly, fluffy, hair dog. He had like curly, almost poodle-like in terms of the hair, I would say, but I don't think it was like a poodle. It wasn't like a poodle. He wasn't that, but he was, yeah. What do you think he was, McNew? Do you have a guess?
Like a doodle or something.
A doodle, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. His keeper is their cocktail coordinator, or her official title for the dog is the nanny of the dog. Her name's Amanda Humphrey. And she's going to be using this dog ultimately to find white truffles, which apparently are plentiful on the Maker's Mark property. And they're going to train the dog how to find those. And they can be found under the roots of oak, pecan, and hazelnut trees, which are plentiful in Kentucky and apparently all on the Maker's Mark property. And they have a consultant who is working with the dog, and she owns a truffle farm in Bowling Green, and she's going to assist with the Star's training. So she's been coming over to teach him how to find these truffles. And I don't know, it should be fun. And then those will be used, the ones that he finds, in the cocktail program at Maker's Mark. It sounds fun. It sounds interactive. You can go, see the truffles. You can see the dog. You can enjoy the cocktails. It sounds just like a good thing, a good win to me. The dog is cute. He's got, what I like is he finds these white truffles, and he has a little spot on his forehead. He's like brown hair on top of his head, but a little spot of white. It's like, that's because he finds the white truffles. That's what I thought when I saw him. But he's got white around those other parts of his body, but on the head, the face, it's just that one little spot, which I thought was kind of cool. It looked like a little truffle sitting on his forehead. So that's what I found out. Kathy, what did you find out about the dog? Anything else?
I'm actually surprised that they say they have a lot of truffles on their grounds, because the pH of the soil in Kentucky is a little bit lower than what it should be for truffles. Most truffles are found in the Pacific Northwest, but the climate is good. So I guess that's why if you use a farm, you can lower the pH of the soil and then farm them that way. The dogs are usually Puleys or Legati Romagnolis.
I don't. Yeah,
here's picture one. How cute is that?
Well, that looks like the type of dog he is. That looks like what Star is. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a Legati Romagnoli.
Okay. I don't know what. I'm trying to even think what that is a combination of.
I don't know. He looks like a doodle. He's a doodle of some sort.
Yeah.
With a curly fur like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but this is like a full bred dog.
Okay.
And Puleys are a breed as well that have that kind of poodle-like hair.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're the better ones at tracking them, but they seem to be the
Okay.
dogs of choice.
Okay.
And then the woman that I was looking at who does this, she's in, I think, British Columbia.
Okay.
And then
Yes,
truffles
the Canadian part of the PNC.
Yeah, and then truffles go for $5 to $300 a pound.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that the white truffle is the really one that's coveted.
Expensive one.
Yeah, so that makes sense. You were talking about Kentucky not being ideal. Well, they're not getting the ones that are really that people are getting. I do think that's more of a Vancouver / Pacific Northwest of the United States type of thing. And I didn't know there were dogs at this until I read that. I mean, I always heard about the pigs, the truffle pigs and stuff like that. But this was the first for me, the dogs, and I guess it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
I went off the rails with this, Steve, because did you guys watch the Nicolas Cage movie called Pig? It was about a truffle pig. And I got really lit and watched it, and I got very invested in it, and I got real sad because they killed the pig. But
well, sure. Ultimately, the bacon wins. In the end, the bacon wins.
The
Yeah.
Pacific Northwest, and it was a whole thing, and it's weird as fuck because it's Nicolas Cage. But I was just like, oh, a truffle pig, but a truffle dog. I'm also here for, but they really should be in like Seattle or somewhere up in there. But
yeah,
But you know what? I think this cocktail person is a genius because she's gotten them to buy the dog, keep the dog. She gets to bring her dog to work, hang out with her dog all day.
I'm sure Makers pays all the expenses with the
All
dog,
the
the vet bills, the
expenses.
food, all that kind of stuff.
And she gets to make cocktails that incorporate truffles. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like a dream life right there.
Yeah. They probably were like, she probably pitches this idea and they're like, we know we're going to have to pay you more because now you got to watch the dog. They probably even had a bumper salary, They're like, we get it.
You're the dog.
We get it.
Title. You got to get paid for that.
Yeah. She's genius. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she is. And who doesn't love a dog to hang out? I mean, that is such that's such a nice thing to have when you go and you visit the distillery if you get to say hi to the dog. I mean, who doesn't love
Dogs?
the limestone branch dog?
Oh, Louis, Stephen Fonte's dog.
Louis.
He's so well behaved. He's such a
Then you got Stephen Beam's dogs there too, Char and I forget the other one.
Char, I do too. They're chow chows though. They're gorgeous.
Yeah. He's always has chow chow, so he's always got a couple of them.
So we had a chow chow in high school. It was my mom's dog, and she was an asshole. I don't know why his dogs act so well.
His dogs are great, but I think they're just spoiled to no end. I mean, Steve Beam, takes care of the dogs, so that's cool. I think that's going to bring people into Maker's Mark too. And create interest in that cocktail program again. Our lady who came up with this, Amanda Humphrey, it's brilliant because she's creating value to her job as well. Because people are going to be like, I want to try one of these truffle cocktails. Why not? What do they do with this?
Yeah.
But they also have Star Hill
get fired.
provision. You could put like some truffles on some food too. I think it can go more
Possibly.
than cocktails,
Yeah. They didn't mention in the article they're using them in the restaurant, but they could.
Like truffle fries, have you guys had those? They're
They're great. Yeah,
Love a
truffle fries are
fry.
great. Yeah. Well,
I'm going to go ahead and be the naysayer.
Okay.
So
What?
I love dogs as much as the next person. They're by far my favorite pet. But I had this rule ever since I was like 15 or something that if a pig can do it better, you should let the pig do it. So why this rule came to fruition was because one of my friends was a vegetarian, and she goes, "This is the best pork supplement there is, right here. It tastes exactly like pork." I was like, "Nope, let the pigs do what pigs do." And so I think a truffle pig would also be great, but a truffle dog's a good second. That's
So we should get a distillery that gets a truffle pig.
yes.
Who also hangs out.
Isn't that what Whistle Pig was named after though? Like didn't the first
They had
one-
Maud. They had
a
Maud. Remember when
truffle
Maud died? Yeah, they had the
Yeah.
coffin around the
Whole thing.
boss hog. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet there was great BLTs that day.
Oh, heck yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, I think Maud would have wanted that. I feel like Maud would have been like, I'm going to go either way. We should at least enjoy, good sandwich. So yeah, I think so.
Dear God.
Yeah. The incredibly sad thing about that was, so they do this, and Dave Pickerel's involved in that, and it's funny, and he's like, this is the way we're going to remember Maud, to put Boss Hogg that year in a coffin box, and then the week before it's supposed to hit stores, unfortunately, Dave Pickerel passes away. So now they have their product coming out a week later, and it's in a coffin. It's in a coffin, and there was literally
That's
talk.
A little bit of bad taste.
I know. It's like this talk of, do we pull it? What do we do? It's already been shipped, and they decided ultimately just to let it go and just get it out there.
Isn't that irony?
That is right.
It really is.
Yeah.
No, like Dave was a funny guy, so he was probably just like up there.
Dave would have liked, who would have liked it?
Loved it.
Yeah. I'm not saying Dave wanted to die, but if he would have said, Dave, there's no way to get around this, you're dying. By the way, do you want to pull back that coffin thing? Because he would have been, no, roll with it. This is great.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Dave did love a good joke, and he was definitely a good man, and he is still missed to this day. You still hear a lot about him. Should be in the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame, but unfortunately, the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame doesn't work that way. You got to have somebody that wants to put you in, and nobody's there advocating for him. At some point, I guess that'll have to be me. But
You're gonna have to make a movie.
I've got a list. I got a list of people.
You have done a lot with your campaigns to get people in. You've made moves for sure.
Bronner is going to be next. It's got to be Bronner. Bronner's got to go in there. Man,
he needs to be. Sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Darren, we're going to start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at The Bourbon Adventures.
All right, Kathy.
I am on Instagram as well. I am KK Cast Strength.
All right, Della.
You can find me on Instagram at Untapped at 6 Feet of Dynamite.
All right, McNew.
On Instagram at McNew ABV.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop. We are in the St. Louis suburb of Arnold. We'd love to see you, have you taste some of our whiskey, hopefully buy a few bottles. So check us out online. Get signed up for our email and text distribution at abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Peace.
Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the Hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.
Bye.